Alright, hi guys, I'm Mr. Khor. I specialize in teaching SPM Biology, and today we are looking at SBP Biology 2021. Okay, let's get right into it. Alright guys, as you can see here, we are going through SBP 2021, paper 2. Paper 2. Now, I always tell students, if you are able to handle, guys, if you are able to handle SBP questions, if you are able to handle MRSM questions, handle means you score at least, if you're a good student, at least 80% of the marks. If you are average, at least 70 lah, guys, then you are quite safe. You are quite safe, all right? Because the quality of questions are not bad. So, okay, I'll be going through question by question, and to save your time, the answer have been prepared. Okay, the answer have been prepared as in, I don't need to write one by one, you have to follow, guys, because it's prepared beforehand, it'll be very much more efficient for you to go through the questions. Okay, so guys, let's look at the first question. Now, if you, just to kickstart, there are 8 structure questions. Okay, in terms of paper 2 for bio, which is 4551/2, section A, B, and C. Section A, there are 8 questions. All these are structured. This will give you a total of 60 marks. Guys, section B, you should know by now. Or, yeah, you should know by now, 2 essays whereby you choose one. Guys, 2 essay pilih 1. This will give you 20 marks, and the last one is compulsory. Ini essay wajib, another 20 marks. Guys, total you will get 100 marks. Okay, total you will get 100 marks. So let's look at the structure first, then after that we move on to essays. Now, I like to do this before we begin any structure question. Guys, if you look at it, if you look at this particular question here, what topic are we dealing with? What topic are we dealing with? Okay, if you're quite fast, if you're quite sharp, you're able to straight away tell me. So we are dealing with 2 main topics. Okay, Form 5, Chapter 3. Because if you look at it, it involves the nutrients. Then a little bit, guys, very, very little bit of Chapter 4. Okay, because of xylem. So look, A1, state the nutrient absorbed by the plant. Guys, you can see there's nitrogen. Okay, you can see that there's nitrogen. But if you write oxygen, also can. If you write oxygen, also can. Okay, so the best would be nitrogen, guys. The best would be nitrogen. And you have to know that these 2 are macronutrient. Whenever they ask you to classify, keyword quantity is there. Quantity means need a lot or need very little. So macronutrient means it's needed in large, guys, it's needed in large quantities. So this is macronutrient, guys. This is macronutrient. Okay. Next. Explain the effect. Explain the effect if, guys, explain the effect if there's a deficiency. Deficiency maksudnya kekurangan. Guys, deficiency maksudnya kekurangan. Now, I want you to learn now itself, the macronutrients that you memorize, any one of them, if deficient, you can write stunted growth. Guys, you can write stunted growth. Okay. Now, besides stunted growth, you can check, guys, you can check your textbook, you can check your reference book. Majority of them, if not in sufficient quantity, leads to stunted growth. And the second one would be chlorosis. Chlorosis. So here I specify nitrogen. If not enough nitrogen, leaf will, we say experience, I think this is a better word. Leaf will experience chlorosis. Okay, you can even say protein synthesis is disrupted. Because guys, if you remember, protein contains all these elements. Nitrogen is part of it. All right, and finally, guys, this can disrupt photosynthesis process. Okay, this can disrupt photosynthesis. Okay, next, B1, X, B1, X is actually root hair cell. In the schema, whether you use root hair or root hair cell, kedua-dua pun diterima. Both are accepted. Okay, both are accepted. When it comes to SPM, there will be certain leeway. I always tell students, because I have experience with the marking scheme quite a bit. If you tell me, sir, paper 2 bio is always tough in SPM, I agree. Memang I would say every year is quite challenging. Yeah, the past 20 over years, memang every year is quite challenging. But in terms of the answer scheme, it's not that strict. Guys, it's not that strict. Okay. Last one, because we all know that transportation of nutrient involves xylem. You can either write xylem or xylem vessel. Either one is fine. Okay, either one is fine. Phloem is definitely wrong. Okay. Now, this is because phloem, they transport products of photosynthesis. Xylem, they transport water and minerals from the roots up to the leaves. Okay, next. Question 2. Guys, question 2. Now, question 2, the moment you look at the picture, you know it's from Form 4, Chapter 3. Guys, Form 4, Chapter 3, yeah, because it involves permeability. So based on diagram 2.1, what is the characteristic of selectively permeable membrane? Guys, not something tough, but something quite popular. Draw 1 star. Okay. Now, if you are answering a normal question without diagram, definition-wise, you can say, oh, selectively permeable membrane. Selectively permeable membrane, they are only permeable, or they only allow certain substances to pass through. Guys, only some can pass through, some cannot. If you write this here, you cannot get marks. Guys, you cannot get marks. Sir, but I thought this is what we learn in school. This is what we learn in class. Yes, but when it comes to exam, you have to be flexible based on the diagram. So use your highlighter, you can highlight. Based on the diagram, maksudnya mesti berdasarkan rajah ini. So based on this diagram here, I see two things, sucrose and water. Okay, sucrose and water. And therefore, guys, we say that it is permeable to water and not sucrose. Okay, only water can pass through, but not sucrose. Even that also you get marks. Water is allowed to pass through the membrane, but not sucrose. You get marks. Okay, which region is hypertonic? So hypertonic means got more solute, meaning sucrose. Therefore, region Q. Guys, therefore, region Q. Okay, you can see, guys, if you look at the diagram, sucrose, there are Okay, I bring it back to this one here. Sucrose, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But if compared to region P, so again here got 6. 1, 2, 3. Guys, here only 3. Here only 3. So therefore, Q is more hypertonic. Q is more hypertonic. Okay, this is a very good question, guys. Draw 2 stars. State one reason. Oh, actually, I've already given you the answer, but guys, I told you there's more sucrose, right? Another way to write it is we say region, we say that region P. Region P, they have a lot of water. Hey, sorry. Oh, hyper, so this is Q. So Q is hyper, so got more sucrose, less water. Okay, less water. Guys, please take note, the schema doesn't allow you to write solute or solvent. Please take note, no solute, no solvent. Because in the diagram, it is clearly specified sucrose. Okay. Okay, and finally, after 20 minutes, we achieve an equilibrium. All right, equilibrium. What is the process that occur? Guys, because water move from hypo to hyper and not the sucrose. Why not the sucrose, guys? Why not permeable to sucrose? The size is too large to pass through the membrane. So, hanya air yang bergerak, therefore, the answer is osmosis. The process is osmosis. Yeah. Okay. Now, for question B, last one, question B. Guys, you know, last time, the old format SPM, there were a lot of, I mean, the structure, there are lesser questions. Now you have 8, right? Last time only 5. Every question, 12 marks. So there were a lot of follow-up questions, follow-up questions, follow-up question. Means what? It's quite tough. Now I tell my students, actually KSSM paper 2, structure is easier. Hands down, structure is a lot easier. Because why, guys? A lot of short answer question. Yeah. A lot of short answer question. Okay. Unless you don't like short things, but that doesn't make sense. Anyway, so okay, so guys, for B, let's look at B. Anyway, what I was trying to say is that it's easier to score your structure. But essay, different story. I'll tell you later, guys. I'll tell you later. Okay, let's look at B. Now, B is in a way a K-BAT question. But K-BAT doesn't mean it's all hard, you know. To me, this is easy K-BAT question. This is considered easy. Yeah. So let's look at it. Now, first day and second day, guys, you see on the balsam plant, they plant it in mangrove swamp soil. Okay, mereka tanam dalam tanah paya bakau, okay, tanah paya bakau, and then wilted, guys, and then it wilted. Okay. I have a question to ask you, but you mentally answer it yourself. Do I get marks for this question if I say the plant wilted? If I say the plant wilted, do I get marks? The answer is yes. You do get marks. This is one of the skills that you guys have to learn to pick up. This is one of the skills you guys must pick up because they purposely give you something general. Benda-benda yang am means general lah. So guys, the condition, they never state what's the condition. So you actually get marks if you say the plant wilted. You can start off with the plant has wilted on day 2. Oh, sir, I prefer to write at the end. Is it okay? Can, no problem. So you can explain first. Why? You see, this is the, let's say this is the root. Guys, I better label root because the boys will think of something else. I've been teaching bio for, I think, 10 years. Yeah. Whenever it comes to something a bit long, boys tend to get very excited. So I better label. Now, root. Guys, root here outside, let's say the mangrove soil, because outside is hypertonic. Guys, because outside is hypertonic, therefore water move hypo to hyper. Water move out. Water move out by osmosis. So look, guys, because the mangrove swamp soil is hypertonic compared to the plant cell. Better word would be root. You can add in the word root, the root cells. So I don't want to use the word hyper. I learned water potential in school. Can I use water potential? No problem. No problem. Okay. So water diffuses out of the plant root cell by osmosis. And then we say plant cells are plasmolytes. Guys, can you give me another word besides plasmolytes? An F word. Yeah, guys, it's called flaccid. Okay, it's called flaccid. And the plant build, no matter what, you will get 1 mark if you mention this point. Yeah, it's a 2-mark question, so you'll get a maximum of 2 marks. But I like to discuss a bit more points up, just in case they give you more marks in exam. They allocate more marks for that particular question. Okay. Next, question 3. Name molecule Y. Guys, this is to do with Form 4, Chapter 4. Form 4, Chapter 4, and also Form 4, Chapter 3 a bit, because you can see the phospholipid bilayer. So Form 4, Chapter 3, and Form 4, Chapter 4. Revision, guys. Form 4, Chapter 4, we learned in lipid that to form triglyceride, we need 1 glycerol and 3 fatty acids, 3 acid lemak. Next, I want you to draw 2 stars for B. This question has been rather popular ever since the year 2016, SPM 2016. 2016, they asked a process X, came out as a 3-mark question. Guys, actually, it's 3 marks. All you have to do is mention the number of molecules, okay? Mention how many, meaning the number of, mention the number of molecules. Here got 1, here got 3, here got 1, here got 3. And don't forget to state what is process Z. Guys, chapter 4 we learned the process is condensation, 1 mark. Okay? 1 glycerol combined with 3 fatty acids, we get 1 triglyceride and 3 water molecules. Okay. So again, I gave you more points. In case they ask you 3 marks, you still can get full marks. Okay. Ever since 2016, it has been very popular in trial paper, bio trial paper. Okay, guys, molecule P is very simple. This is cholesterol. Now, explain the effect if, let's say, got less Q. Again, a K-part question. Actually, this is supposed to be easy, but it's average because of the marks. Markah lebih, terdapat lebih markah. Guys, by right now, revision. Do you remember the function of cholesterol? Hey, a lot of people thought cholesterol is bad. When I teach cholesterol in class, I always ask my student first, is cholesterol good or is cholesterol bad? Guys, I tell you, 90% of them is bad. Yeah. Why is something bad? Why is something bad? Like, why are you born together with it? Actually got function one, guys. The function of cholesterol is to stabilize the plasma membrane. Menstabilkan membran plasma. Okay? To make it more dynamic. So that it's not too compact. When it's too compact, it will help to split out, space out the phospholipid a bit so that it's not too compact. When it's more spaced out, it can move more easily. It can move more easily. Yeah, more flexible. More flexible. Use the word flexible. But now, problem is got less molecule Q. Kurang molecule Q. So less flexible lah, guys. You can say less flexible, less stable. Okay. The bilayer become not so strong actually. The bilayer is not so strong. Yeah. So you can say the bilayer becomes a bit weaker. Okay. Less permeable to lipid soluble substances. Let me explain this a bit. Guys, we all know the head is hydrophilic. Means the head attracts water. The tail repels water. Hydrophobic. Okay, hydrophobic. So when there are less here, okay, can you see my arrow? Okay, when there are less cholesterol, it's harder for lipid soluble substances to pass through. Because by right, this will help to space out. So it becomes less soluble to lipid soluble substances. Easier for water soluble substances to pass through. Okay, and as I told you, it reduces the flexibility, making it more compact, more, or you can say too compact, more rigid, less dynamic, guys, less dynamic. Okay. Okay, moving on, question 4. Guys, question 4 is obviously Form 5, Chapter 11, Inheritance. Inheritance. Now, we know that white flower is homozygous recessive. Guys, homozygous recessive. Okay, so when we take out the gamete, one here, one here. And of course, these two originate from here. Guys, this is 3 marks. These two are 3 marks, or rather these 3. The big B, small b will form these 2 gametes, while these 2 will form these 2 gametes. Okay, this will form these 2 gametes. Okay, state Mendel's first law based on same thing, guys. Based on diagram 4.1. Based on diagram 4.1, you have to say that, okay, what's Mendel's first law? Trait is controlled by a pair of alleles. And to form gamete, these alleles will split. Okay, this is the general definition of Mendel's first law. Guys, this is the definition of Mendel's first law. So the trait, what is the trait here? flower color. Guys, flower color. What is the pair of alleles here? Big B, small b. Well, actually, I should write it. Okay, never mind. So the flower colors, they are controlled by A and B. So to form gamete, only one of the allele from a pair. Only one of the allele from the pair is inherited. Okay, meaning, guys, something you have learned before. If let's say big B, small b, this is, let's say, the genotype. To form the gamete, they have to split. They have to separate. That is. Okay, they have to separate. So again, be careful of based on the diagram. Yeah. Of course, guys, please take note, if they can ask you Mendel's first law, second law is definitely not an issue for them to ask you. Okay, so memorize it, and then if you see based on the diagram, do the same thing. Do the exact same thing. Now, C1, based on diagram 4.2, state the probability that the couple have a normal child. Okay, state probability of the couple having a normal child. So, guys, they tell you that now, because guys, because this is a sex-linked disease, guys, because this is a sex-linked disease, what is sex-linked? Sex-linked means found on the sex chromosomes. This gene is found on the sex chromosome, similar to color blindness, hemophilia. So we find it in the chromosome X. Okay, chromosome X. So normal male, I label. Normal is X big T Y. Male with this problem, guys, X small t Y. Okay. Normal female is X normal 2 big T. Carrier 1 big T, 1 small t. Carrier 1 big T, 1 small t. So check, guys, this is carrier. This is normal male. This is recessive male, meaning he has the gene. He has the recessive gene. This is normal male and then normal female. Just base it on the key. So what are the chances this couple have a normal child? Now, one very common mistake, students straight away take from here. Guys, you cannot take from here because they are asking to have a normal child, will have a normal child. Probability means haven't happened yet. So you have to cross it out, guys. You have to cross it out. So I cross it out here. Okay. So normal male cross with carrier female. Take out the gametes. So this is X big T, X big T, X big T, X small t. Okay, I'm going to put these two at the bottom. So X big T Y, X small t Y. So guys, you can see this is normal female, normal female but carrier, normal male, and the last one is the one with DMD. So chances for it to be normal, 1, 2, 3. 3 out of 4, we say 75%. Guys, 3 out of 4, 75%. This 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of these four, the first three normal. So therefore, 75% chance. Okay, how does the son inherit? How does the son inherit this DMD? Okay, how does the son inherit this DMD? Guys, because the Y must come from father. Look here, guys. If let's say this is the son, right? These two are sons, right? The Y must always come from the father. Mother don't have Y chromosome. Males have Y, but females don't have. So Y mesti datang daripada ayah. So because Y does not carry the disease, the X small t from mom, when fertilized by the sperm, meaning like this, guys, if you don't get it, so Y, the sperm, fused with the ovum. That's how we get male recessive. That's how we get male recessive. Okay. Give one similarity between 4.1, 4.2. Guys, 4.1, 4.2, if you look at it, 4.1, 4.2, both are monohybrid. This is the best answer. Both are monohybrid. Monohybrid means what? We are looking at one characteristics only. Guys, I think this will do lah. The rest don't need. The rest don't need. Both involve one characteristic. The 4.1 involve flower color, then this one involve one disease. Yeah. Okay, next. Question 5, guys. Beginning is quite simple. Beginning is quite simple. We have this is chapter 10, Form 4, chapter 10. Please write Form 4, chapter 10. So guys, because it's quite simple, this is already there. The answer is there. P is lymph node. Guys, P is lymph node. And I think you can draw one star for the next one. What happens to the pathogen in P? Guys, because P is lymph node, they produce, guys, they produce antibodies. They produce lymphocytes. They produce they produce lymphocytes. So you can also say these they are destroyed by lymphocyte, or antibody also can. I think this is better. Don't use phagocyte. Use lymphocyte or antibodies. Okay. All right, next. Structure P undergoes swelling. Structure P undergoes swelling. Then they found out that got uncontrolled production of lymphocyte. Guys, the moment you see uncontrolled and division, once it is a form of uncontrolled division, this is, other than Form 4, Bab 10, we are also looking at Form 4, Chapter 6, cell division. So we say that this is cancer. Cancer or tumor, they are the same thing in the eye of SPM. So formation of tumor or cancer also can. Once you say formation of cancer or tumor, you get marks here. So the cancer cells, they will actually fight with other cells in order to get nutrient. And sometimes this might destroy the normal cells or tissue, leading to organ damage. Okay. Now, death, I suggest you put may cause lah. Okay, may cause death. Guys, may cause death. May cause death. Okay, moving on to the next question. Guys, moving on to the next question. State the type of cell division. So if you look at your handout, if you look at your handout 6.1, it is mitosis. Okay, mitosis. And when you draw R, you should be drawing anaphase. Anaphase, the chromosome split. So when you draw, guys, look, something like this during metaphase, after they split, it'll be like this. One on each end. So you should get this sample answer. You should get this sample answer. Follow back the color. I always tell my students you have to be a bit more racist here. Okay, follow back the color. So if I don't follow, will I lose marks? Definitely, you lose the 1 mark. Okay, number 3, individual has suffered a wound and a few days later it has healed. Guys, draw 2 stars. This is a very good question. They expect you to say mitosis lead to formation of new cells, and this will repair damaged tissue. This will repair damaged tissue, causing blood to stop flowing out. I can say the wound is closing the wound. Also can, guys, also can. So when you see an injury, it's always mitosis. It's always to produce new cells to replace the damaged ones, guys, to replace the damaged ones. Next, state the difference between Q in 6.1 and this one here in 6.2. Guys, 6.1 is anaphase, but 6.2 is anaphase 1. 6.2 is anaphase 1. Guys, there are many differences when we compare anaphase. Sorry, this is 6.1 is metaphase. I was still caught up on the previous question. This is anaphase. 6.1 is metaphase because they line up at the equator. Okay, so guys, this is metaphase 1. So yeah, they line up at the equator. They line up at the equator. So you get 1 mark once you mention. Guys, I just simplify for you first. Once you mention metaphase 1, you get 1 mark. Okay, state what happens during the phase. Oh, chromosomes line up at the equator. But for meta 1, guys, homologous chromosome line up at equator. Homologous chromosome line up at equator. And because this is to do with meiosis 1, you can mention crossing over. Here, no crossing over. Okay, let me show you the answers. So guys, metaphase 1, metaphase 1. Line up along equator, but the main thing that you have to state would be chromosome, because here would be homologous chromosome. Guys, got crossing over, don't have, because this is meiosis 1. And then you mention the effect of crossing over. Guys, mention effect of crossing over. Yeah. Okay. Okay, draw 1 star. Whenever you see, they got state, whenever you see the karyotype, meaning that you can see the first pair of chromosome to the very last pair. My suggestion is always focus on number 21, chromosome number 21. If you see got 3, 1, 2, 3, guys, this is Down syndrome. This is Down syndrome. Okay, this one involves a little bit of Form 5, a little bit of Form 5 work, right? A little bit of Form 5 work. So Down syndrome is because of chromosomal mutation. And if you have learned, guys, this one depends whether you have learned, because ending of Form 5, there's non-disjunction, means they didn't split properly, and therefore got extra chromosome. Because of this extra chromosome, when they fertilize, therefore, total, there are 47 chromosomes. Okay, normal human cells, 46, but because when the two gametes, they fuse, one of it got extra 1 at 21. So must it be 21? Yeah. Down syndrome must be extra at chromosome number 21. Okay, guys, I think draw 3 stars. Draw 3 stars, not 1 star. Draw 3 stars. Okay. Take note that this one is a good set of answers. Very good set. You can see many points that they can ask you. But here 2 marks only. Because why? Short answer question. Okay, second last question, guys. This is to do with Form 5. Form 5 chapter 2. More to Form 5 chapter 2. And a little bit of Form 5 chapter 10. Form 5 chapter 10 is environmental sustainability, air pollution, greenhouse, and so on. Okay, first one is easy question. Q, they are spongy mesophyll tissue. No other answers. And I always tell students, they love to ask adaptation for palisade and spongy. Spongy, they are loosely arranged. I would prefer you to write this. I think this one is not so good. Guys, they are loosely arranged, tersusun dengan longgar. So there are air spaces for gaseous exchange. So that there are air spaces for gaseous exchange. Yeah, okay. Okay, 7B, 3 marks, guys. It's like, nah, just take 3 marks. Why 3 marks? X is granum, Y stroma. Both are different locations for the two stages of photosynthesis, guys. The 2 stages of photosynthesis. So even if you just say this is light dependent reaction of photosynthesis, light independent reaction, also you get 1 mark. Guys, there are many points. Light dependent reaction, then non-light dependent reaction. Don't need S. Don't need S. So one thing that you have to learn here is that I know you all learn many points for these 2 processes, yeah, under photosynthesis. You have to know how to catch the main point. After mentioning, if I'm you, guys, after naming X and Y, I will proceed to tell the main thing. Here, photolysis of water. Here, reduction of carbon dioxide. The main event, the main thing that happened in their respective processes. Okay. Now, guys, yes, light dependent reaction produce ATP, and you all have learned NADPH, but light independent or non-light dependent, they use energy instead. Okay, then the products. Yeah. Okay. Next. Guys, please draw 2 stars. This is a good question. Please draw 2 stars. Now, Mr. M. Mr. M. Okay lah, can Mr. M. Mr. M is the owner of a tomato farm. Leaves have chlorosis. How does this affect crop yield? Very simple, guys. Leaf become yellowish means they can absorb less sunlight. Why? Got less chlorophyll. So lower crop yield. 3 marks. Lower crop yield, less crop yield, kurang hasil tanaman. Why? Because lack chlorophyll pigment. That's why less green color. Chlorosis means become yellowish. Less light is being absorbed, lower rate of photosynthesis. I think this will be good. Don't need photolysis of water because we are touching on the photosynthesis process already. Okay. Okay, guys, now. Then Mr. Emma is advised to implement greenhouse. Why? Because, guys, greenhouse, you can actually optimize the photosynthesis. You can optimize the photosynthesis. Okay. In greenhouse, we can actually control it. You can write any one, guys. You can write light, carbon dioxide, humidity. This is the word. We have to make sure they are at optimal level so that just repeat back whatever you said just now so that higher, because just now the problem was low photosynthesis rate. Now we up it. We up it, guys. So higher rate of photosynthesis, higher crop yield. Okay. Away from pest, the one. Actually, can. Away from pest, because greenhouse is a controlled environment. Can. Okay, and guys, moving to the last structure question in SBP 2021. I hope you all are following fine. Actually, the best is you try one question, then you look at the explanation. You try one question, you look at the explanation. I normally don't recommend students to try the whole thing. Then after that, you check very much later on because you lose the idea of the question that you did earlier. You get what I mean? That's why, like my classes, we do it on the spot. Yeah, we do it on the spot. I do believe in self-study. I don't believe in homework so much. Yeah, for me, myself. Okay. Okay, guys, based on this particular question, so if you are talking about disposable plastic, okay, let me change the color. A bit boring if it's purple color. Dark blue. So if you are looking at disposable plastic, definitely it's Form 5 Chapter 10. Okay, Form 5 Chapter 10. State one practice that leads to environmental sustainability. I'm not sure whether you all know, nowadays there are they call it biodegradable plastic bags. Biodegradable plastic bags, okay? So use paper bag. Paper bag. Okay, implement 3R or 5R concept. You just mentioned 3R also, you get marks already. Okay, and guys, as long as you mention anything that's relevant, something general, not too deep, and something that most people see it as fit, then they will accept also, because this is an environmental sustainability question. Yeah, as long as it makes sense, then they'll accept your point. Okay. All right, guys, how the practice stated in A1 increase quality? Okay, how can all this here, whatever you mentioned here, how does it save the environment? Okay, so guys, in short, reduce pollution, you get 1 mark. Reduce pollution, you get 1 mark. If you mention specifically air pollution, water pollution, river pollution, yeah, soil pollution also can. And I'm not sure whether you all realize, last time there was this case, I think a few years ago. Ever since they found a plastic straw in the turtle's nose, I do not know about you, but that somehow shocked the world. Or rather, it feels like that. Even until now, radio still talk about that. Plastic straw stuck in the turtle's nose. Anyway, I listen to English FMs last, yeah. They say, sir, I listen my Mandarin one don't have. Yeah. So this will, because plastic is not biodegradable, and if it enters the sea, the whales might swallow it. Yeah. So to prevent, you can say to prevent extinction, marine organisms. And because we are using, just now what did we answer? Biodegradable bags. The waste can be decomposed easily, reduce non-renewable resources. Okay, non-renewable resources. Yeah. Draw one star, take note, guys. Draw one star. So my stars range from 1 to 3. If you realize 3 means you must know. You must know. 1 means important, 2 means quite important. Please take note. Okay. Okay, guys, so we have 2 types of fertilizer here, organic and also chemical ones. So the similarities between both, because both are fertilizer, both provide nutrient, and nutrient got one purpose only, for the plant to grow. For the plant to grow. All right, for the plant to grow. Okay, in terms of the differences, I think this one you can really take note, 1 star or 2 lah. Those got many points, 2 stars. Organic means they are naturally produced. Okay, organic, and we can't control their. Again, guys, I'm not too sure whether you got learned this, but I always share with my students about NPK fertilizer. NPK fertilizer. Nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. When I was a student last time, I took this subject called Kemahiran Hidup. Kemahiran Hidup. My teras, nowadays there's no Kemahiran Hidup lah. My teras was Pertanian, means my elective was Pertanian. Long story short, the only one thing I remember from Kemahiran Hidup from 1 to Form 3 is, and we got a few things, this is one of it. NPK fertilizer, NPK, okay? Nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, very important for plants. Now, guys, if you make organic fertilizer, you cannot control the ratio. So therefore, it's not balanced. Okay. And this is more to general knowledge, not found in your books. Organic fertilizers can hold water a bit better. But the downside is, because everything is natural, absorption is a little bit slower. If you know these points, all these are opposite. Produce synthetically, ratio balance, sebab kita dapat kawal peratusan bagi setiap nutrient. Cannot really hold water, absorption rate is high. So got the pro and cons lah, got the pro and cons. Okay, one of the green practices, meaning environmental friendly practices, is to recycle at home, suggest how natural fertilizers can be produced. Now, we have food wastage. We have food waste, not wastage. We have food waste. Example, you want to eat orange. Do you know that the skin can be used to make enzymes? The skin can be used to make enzymes and then fertilizer, work as fertilizer for plants. So by using food waste, if you find you can handle, you can memorize the rest as well. Okay, So we either use it or we can either use it or mix it with microorganisms which act as decomposer. And this decomposition, because guys, bacteria will break down. As they break down, fertilizer is formed. Fertilizer is formed. Now I know there are many, there's only just 2 marks, one each, but just to let you learn a bit extra. So advantage is that we reduce wastage, because like I told you, the apple skin, the orange skin, the papaya skin, all you use it to make fertilizers, and save money, save costs. Yeah, if you like the word cheap, can supply nutrient, environmental friendly. Okay. Okay, guys. So with that, we have completed the structure. So up to you, lah, guys. Because I'm continuing, so you can like pause, take a break, or if you have the stamina to continue, because I'm not too sure when you are watching this. Funny nowadays, I find students like to study very late night. Yeah, students love to study late night. Guys, sometimes I'm sleeping at 2 a.m. I get a message, Mr. Khor, how to do this question. 2 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. But if you ask me, the best is still stick to your normal regime. Stick to your normal schooling regime. Tidur pukul 12, sleep around 12, wake up 6. Yeah, don't study at 2 awkward hours. I invite straight A or even straight A plus students to my live class every year. The top students, top in Selangor, top few, don't know what, JPA scholar. I invite them to my class, share with my students what are their studying habits, because habit makes or breaks your marks. Habit, guys, routine. If you want, you can check out my YouTube, Mr. Khor Biology. Every year, every year I'll ask about 10 top students to come in my class, but I only upload those which I find is useful to you guys. Okay, you can check out my YouTube, Mr. Khor Biology. Okay. Okay, so for the next part, which is section B. So as I mentioned at the start of the at the start of the lesson, the discussion, for KSSM students, meaning you guys, structure is easier. Structure is easier because now there are a lot of short answer questions. But for essay, it's a bit more challenging. Guys, give and take, give and take. Last time, for KBSM format, okay, for KBSM format, it's very straightforward. Section B, there are 4 essays whereby they have to choose 2. Okay, in fact, I was a KBSM student. We had to choose 2 essays. Tempat kita kena pilih 2 untuk jawab. But for KSSM, they now split it into B and C. So B is a 2 choose 1 concept, while C is 1 compulsory. Guys, one essay is fixed for you guys to answer. Okay, so I think in terms of comparing the essay format last time and now is a bit more challenging, especially if you're not too familiar with section C. Okay, if you're not familiar with section C, okay, guys, let's get right into it. Let's look at question 9. Now, question 9 here, they ask you to state the types of plants. There are 3 types of plants. Annual, biennial, and also perennial. So this is actually very simple. You should know that carrot is considered biennial, whereas the big tree, they are perennial. Perennial means they live for very long. They live for a very long time. Annual, 1 year, biennial, 2 years. Annual, 1 year, biennial, 2 years. Okay. Now, explain characteristics of X. X meaning biennial. So guys, they have 2 years in a life cycle because, like I said, guys, they live for 2 years. So we consider it 2 seasons. Every life cycle got 2 seasons, whereby the first season we call it vegetative growth phase. Vegetative growth phase, and they involve the growth of the example the roots in the case of carrot. Second season is considered reproductive. Okay, they produce fruits, flowers, seeds. All right, so guys, because 2 marks actually this must have then any one of the below you should be okay. Any one of the below. So they take the first part to grow, and then second part is reproductive. For question B, guys, they ask you how the patterns are formed. The patterns meaning we call this alternating light and dark region, alternating light and dark region, or alternating light and dark rings, alternating light and dark rings. Okay. So how is this pattern formed? So guys, it depends on the season. You have to talk about example spring or summer. Okay, spring or summer. So these are alternating patterns of light and dark rings. So you can straight away say, for example, during summer. I think don't want the word spring. Okay, during summer, there's optimum temperature or suitable temperature because there's high light intensity. This will promote growth rate. Because guys, plants grow well when there's suitable light intensity. Vascular cambium, the one in between xylem and phloem, they'll divide. And as they divide, this will cause the wall. Depends on how you put it, guys. You can say thinner wall of xylem tissue, or you can say light in color, guys. Light in color. But when it comes to spring or winter, temperature is lower. Temperature is lower. Don't talk about water supply. Don't need water supply. So temperature lower, this will decrease growth rate. They divide lesser, forming xylem tissues that are dark in color. We call this annual growth rings. We call this annual growth rings. Yeah. Okay. So if you want, guys, you can straight away say this. They form wall of xylem that are light in color. This one dark in color. So this is how we get like one layer dark, one layer light, one layer dark, one layer light, because of the seasons. Because of the seasons. Okay. Okay, of course, this part, you guys have to read up your reference book or follow some material your teacher gave you. Easier to comprehend. Because sometimes when you encounter one issue that students face is, sir, the answer is as such. What I study is like this, but they are actually the same thing. Guys, sometimes it's a bit of language, juggling the language. So if you find you don't quite understand this, you can always refer back to the material that you refer to. If you have been referring to the same material for 10 times, definitely beat this, guys. Definitely beat this. Sebab sudah biasa dengan buku rujukan tersebut. Okay, cara ditulis, bahasa yang digunakan, the way of how the points are being expressed. Okay, the next one, guys, I always tell students, if you see a graph, you must smile. Some of you will be thinking, sir, must answer. Guys, you must smile, okay? You must smile because you immediately have 4 free marks, guys. Draw one star, 4 free marks. Out of 10, guys, tutup satu mata, you get 4 free marks. So where the 4 free marks come from? Number 1, dry mass decrease. Number 2, dry mass increase at Q. Number 3, R, we say constant dry mass. Jisim kering malah. Then decreasing dry mass. Guys, 4 free marks. 4 free marks. Then the rest will be how you tackle the points. So just to show you, you must have every single stage. You must explain every single stage. In fact, guys, you get 1 mark if you mention this is a sigmoid growth curve. 1 mark. Okay. Then this one, why the dry mass decrease? This one, 1 free mark. Because the food storage is used for germination. But I would normally recommend students to remember this as 1 point. Okay, the food stored is used for germination, meaning for the seed to grow. Percambahan biji benih. Okay. Then C2 is stage Q, guys. Like I said, increasing dry mass, 1 mark. Yeah, you can say growth rate increased rapidly, more leaves, more photosynthesis. I think 0.8 don't need lah. R is constant, 0 growth rate. And then last one, decreasing dry mass because low rate of photosynthesis, less leaves, less flower. Okay, how many points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Guys, I would strongly recommend you to give these 12 points. Now, one adaptation that you yourself must have, one thing you must be flexible with is that, guys, you don't have to take in every single point from the schema. No point, guys. Let's say, for example, 10 marks, you give 12 points. Enough. Enough. Oh, so I find this one a bit hard to remember. It's okay lah. Don't remember this lah. You still can score full marks, right? Yeah. Use the time for something else. It don't need to every single word, every single point be overly particular. Because why? Different state paper got different, slightly different in terms of how they set the question and also answer. Have to be flexible. Yeah, I see all the top students so far, they're quite flexible one. They're not very rigid. See few words, answer whatever they studied last night. Bukan macam tu. Have to go along with the question. Okay. Okay, guys. Question 10. Now, question 10 is from Form 4, Chapter 12. Form 4, Chapter 12. Now, hormone secreted by X is obviously thyroxine. Then Y can be aldosterone, can be adrenaline. Okay, so X secrete thyroxine. Then Y is adrenaline, but you need to state the function. Guys, thyroxine got 2 functions: increase metabolic rate. Increase metabolic rate. Stimulate growth and development, you must say of children. Why? Depends whether you talk about aldosterone or adrenaline. Guys, revision. What is the function of aldosterone? Reabsorb salt.